Hey, thanks for stopping by. One of the all-time great quarter poems is also one of the most misunderstood poems of all time. You'll know the lines. The poem ends like this: Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. You've heard it over and over again in graduation ceremonies. You might have heard it at church. The idea that people usually think that the poem is making is exploring is the idea that you should be willing to go out on your own. If everybody else goes this direction, you go that way. Though none shall follow, this is still where I'm going. It's a nice idea, but it's not really what the poem's about. So let me show you, and then I'll show you what I think it says to those of us in the second half of life, in our third quarter. Okay? You can see it there. The poem is called The Road Not Taken, and it goes like this: Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So I looked down this one road, and I wish I could do both and still be myself, but I can't be one traveler and travel two ways at once. Easy opening, right? So I looked down that one, and then I looked at the other one. Then took the other. Oh, then took the other. I didn't just look at it. I looked down the one, then I took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. So not as many people had walked down that one, but it looks much the same. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. So all this stuff about this is the road less traveled by and all of that, kind of. They're really worn down just about the same. And both roads that morning, equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. So they're both covered in leaves. Again, they look much the same. Oh, I kept the first for another day. That one that I looked down at first, I saved it for another day. And I thought, I'll come back and I'll take that road down the line somewhere. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I'm going down this way. I'm probably going to take another road, another road. Now's the time we probably start looking at this from on a kind of a second level. We're following the plot of this story as the speaker goes along and tries to choose between these two and decides to go this way. But we start seeing that this is about some sort of decision that is being made right there. And the decision is between these two options. And I don't know what the speaker has in mind. I don't know what it would mean other than the roads. But all of us do come to moments like that where we have to make a decision. Maybe it's between two jobs that we've been offered. Maybe it's between two relationships. Or it's about a relationship in two different ways. Either I stay with this person or I don't. But either way, I know, hey, maybe I'll do this sometime. Maybe I'll break up at this moment, but later I'll go back and I'll try it again. Maybe I'll take this job, but later on I'll come back and I might check this one. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Now, here's this key passage that people know about, and this is how the poem ends. And these first couple of lines, I think, are really the key lines, more so than the famous lines that end it. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. Way down the line, one of these days, I'm going to be looking back and I'm going to be telling this story about making this decision, and I'm going to be telling it with a sigh. Now, he didn't tell us what kind of sigh that is. Is it a sigh of regret, of pain? Maybe excitement? I don't know, but there's something there that goes, And then we get the lines. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So that's what this poem is about. It's about this moment when a person goes one direction instead of another. And then look at the three different time periods we have here. Really, I think the speaker is probably in the third quarter. Could be in the second, but more likely this is a second quarter younger person who has made a decision. That's the person there who has to decide between the two roads. And now the speaker is a little bit older and is telling it. You can see it's all in past tense. This is what happened. I walked up to these roads and I had to choose. It's all past tense. But notice there at the beginning of the final stanza, I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. So now he looks to the future. Way out there, I'm going to look back at this decision that I made. And so this is where that's this third quarter poem that asks us to think about decisions that we made and how we feel about them. So in the last minute or so, I don't know, here's some questions to think about. What in your life still feels like the other road, even though you never walked it? When you look back, those decisions, what do you do with that? Is there a part of you that thinks, maybe I should go back and explore that road? Way led to way, of course, but I don't know, there's something back there I might go look into. Do any of those old decisions that you didn't make or the ones that you did, do you look back and think, I've got a little more work to do? Are they asking something of you? And when you do think about those, what's the sigh for you? Is it about grief? Is it about regret? Is there a sigh of gratitude maybe? Oh my God, I went that direction. Garth Brooks saying, sometimes you thank God for unanswered prayers. Yeah. Or maybe it is, maybe you feel the sigh at this moment. Last question, when you imagine telling your life story years from now, what's the sigh going to be then? Maybe some things to think about. Thanks, y'all.